Hello and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for subscribing, and if you haven't subscribed, please make sure that you do so. Today we have some devastating news. Chrissy Teigen and John Legend are grieving at the loss of their third child. Chrissy revealed late on Wednesday in a devastating Instagram post that she had suffered a miscarriage. In a series of photos, Chrissy and John cuddled their baby boy and shared that they had planned to name him Jack. The 34-year-old model shared the heartbreaking news with a lengthy post and series of images on social media on Wednesday night, saying that their little boy Jack had died following so many complications. Chrissy wrote in her post, "We are shocked and in the kind of deep pain you only hear about. The kind of pain we've never felt before. We were never able to stop the bleeding and give our baby the fluids he needed, despite the bags and bags of blood transfusions. It just wasn't enough." The devastating post included 5 black and white photos taken at the hospital showing Chrissy crying on her bed, as well as a shot showing her and John cradling their son. On Monday, Chrissy, who conceived daughter Luna, 4, and son Miles, 2, through IVF with John, 41, revealed she was on serious bed rest due to bleeding and said she was about halfway through her pregnancy, which is around 20 to 24 weeks. A stillbirth is when a baby is born dead at 24 weeks or later.
A lot of people spot, and it's usually fine.
In a heartbreaking addition to the post, Chrissy revealed that for some reason she and John had begun calling their unborn baby boy Jack, despite only naming their other kids after they were born. She continued, "We never decide on our babies' names until the last possible moment after they're born, just before we leave the hospital. But for some reason, we had started calling this little boy's name Jack in my belly, even though he was still in the belly. So he will always be Jack to us. Jack worked so hard to be a part of our little family, and he will be forever." To our Jack, she quoted, "I'm so sorry that the first few months of your life were met with so many complications that we couldn't give you the home that you needed to survive. We will always love you. Thank you to everyone who has been sending us positive energy through prayers and thoughts. We feel all your love and truly appreciate you. We are so grateful for the life we have, for our wonderful babies Luna and Miles, for the amazing things we've been able to experience." This is truly devastating, guys. So now, for those of you that don't know, when you lose a baby past 24 weeks, it's called a stillbirth rather than a miscarriage. If a baby dies before 24 completed weeks, it's then known as a miscarriage or a late fetal loss.
Anyways, it's super weak. It's so weird because the baby's really, really healthy and he's big. He's probably good.
Another image featured Chrissy sobbing as she held her hands close to her face and sat on the edge of the hospital bed in nothing but a blanket and a bonnet. The couple had revealed that they were expecting their third child together in the music video for John's new single, Wild, in August. She had been hospitalized at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles on Sunday night after enduring a month of bleeding due to having a weak placenta and had been at the hospital since. On Monday, she updated the fans on her conditions in an Instagram post, revealing that she had received 2 blood transfusions and said, "Baby and I are completely fine."
Anyways, it's super weak. It's so weird because the baby's really, really healthy and he's big. He's probably good.
Hello from the hospital. About to have my second blood transfusion, which is truly sounds more dramatic than it really is, she said. It's an IV, but instead of fluids, the blood of some kind of human being out there. Baby and I are completely fine, just missing the little things like walking, cooking, playing, and all the other butts. Chrissy had already been on a strict bed rest earlier this month, but explained that she was admitted to the hospital after her bleeding had worsened. "I'm about halfway through the pregnancy and the blood has been going on for about a month, maybe a little bit less than a month."
More than your period, girls. And definitely not spotting. A lot of people spot, and it's usually fine.
"Every time I go to the bathroom, it would be blood. And honestly, just lying there would be blood." Despite the scare, Chrissy assured her fans that she and the baby were doing well, and she said that her son was healthy and growing stronger than Luna or Miles, her other children. "He moves so much earlier than they ever did. I'm so excited for him. He's the strongest little dude. He's the strongest, coolest dude in the house." So his house is like falling apart. It didn't have a good foundation to begin with. He didn't have the strongest chance at the very beginning. So all we're doing now is trying to make sure that he has a lot of fluid around him and that I'm resting as much as possible. Chrissy Teigen thanked everyone for their positive energy and thoughts and prayers and said that her family will now spend time grieving. She said, "We are so grateful for the life that we have, for our wonderful babies Luna and Miles, for all the amazing things we've been able to experience. But every day can't be full of sunshine. On this darkest of days, we will grieve. We will cry our eyes out, but we will hug and love each other harder and get through it." Our thoughts and prayers go out to the entire family, members of family and friends of Chrissy and John, thinking about them during this very difficult time. Thank you for watching and take care of yourselves and each other.